Okay, so uh, you've been digging into this whole world of large language models, LLMs.
LLMs?
Yeah. Think instant expert on any topic 24/7.
Whoa!
We're talking about, you know, drafting these killer emails, brainstorming those business ideas,
Hmm.
even having it write code for you.
Yeah,
Pretty wild stuff, right?
it is.
This deep dive is going to take what you've already learned and turn you into
Yeah.
a real LLM power user.
That's the goal. We're
Right.
going to unpack not just the what of LLMs, which you already have a good grasp on, but
Right.
really the how, so you can use them to really boost your productivity and maybe even explore some new career avenues.
Career avenues.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Sure.
I'm curious about the evolution of these LLMs.
Okay.
I get that they're these super smart AI systems,
Right.
but how did we even get here?
Well, it all started with much simpler forms of text analysis.
Okay.
Remember those early search engines?
Oh, yeah.
Or those spam filters that really saved our inboxes from being flooded with junk.
Oh,
Those were the early building blocks.
I see.
But the real game changer, the thing that really propelled LLMs into the spotlight,
Yeah.
was the introduction of the transformer architecture.
Transformer, is that anything like those robots in disguise?
Not quite, but just as revolutionary.
Okay.
It goes back to this 2017 research paper with a very bold title, Attention is All You Need.
Hmm.
That paper introduced this new architecture, and it was a total breakthrough for LLMs.
Interesting.
It essentially gave them the ability to understand context
Okay.
in a way that was never possible before.
So it's not just about like stringing words together.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the meaning behind them.
Exactly.
Like how let's grab coffee doesn't actually involve like physically grabbing coffee beans.
Exactly.
Under-
And this ability to grasp context is what allows LLMs to generate such human-like text
Wow.
and perform these increasingly complex tasks.
Okay.
And here's where it gets really fascinating. All right. The power of an LLM is often measured by its parameters,
Right.
which are kind of like the building blocks of its artificial brain.
I've heard that term parameters, but to be honest, it's always seemed a bit vague.
Yeah.
Is there a way to explain it that doesn't make my head spin?
Think of it this way. Imagine a giant neural network with billions of nodes all interconnected.
Oh, wow.
Each connection has a weight assigned to it,
Okay.
and that weight determines the strength of the connection.
Mm,
These weights, those are the parameters.
I see.
The more parameters an LLM has, the more nuanced its understanding of language becomes.
So more parameters means more connections.
Right.
And therefore a smarter, more powerful LLM.
Exactly.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Right.
What can these LLMs really do for someone like me?
Imagine being able to draft a professional email in seconds, not minutes,
Wow.
or quickly summarizing a dense research report,
Okay.
pulling out the key insights without having to wade through pages of jargon.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
I'm all about efficiency and saving time.
Yeah.
What else can these LLMs do?
They can also help you brainstorm new business ideas.
Really?
You could give it a prompt like, what are some innovative ways to use AI in the healthcare industry?
Mhm.
And it could generate a list of creative solutions, even ones you might not have thought of on your own.
So it's like having a supercharged brainstorming partner available at any time of day or night.
Exactly.
That's wild. But I keep hearing about this prompt engineering thing.
Prompt engineering.
Yeah. Is it some kind of secret code I need to learn to unlock the full potential of these LLMs?
It might sound intimidating,
Yeah.
but it's more straightforward than you think.
Okay.
Prompt engineering is all about learning to communicate effectively with these AI systems.
So it's like crafting the perfect Google search query.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're too vague, you get a million useless results.
Right.
But if you know exactly how to phrase your search,
Yeah.
you find exactly what you need.
You're spot on. It's about providing the LLM with the right context, the right instructions,
Okay.
and even the right persona to get the output you desire.
Interesting.
You might tell it you are a marketing expert or you are a creative writer,
Right.
depending on the task.
Wait, so we can actually have conversations with these LLMs,
Yes.
not just single commands, but like an actual back and forth.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You give it an initial prompt,
Okay.
see what it generates,
Right.
and then you can refine your prompt based on that output. It's like shaping an idea through a series of questions and responses.
This is blowing my mind. Can you give me a concrete example of how this iterative prompting process actually works?
Sure. Think of a fiction writer working on their next novel.
Okay.
They could start with a basic prompt like, Give me a 10-chapter outline for a sci-fi mystery set on a spaceship.
Right.
The LLM would generate a basic structure,
Okay.
but then the writer can get more specific.
Right.
They might add, make sure each chapter ends on a cliffhanger. Weave in a romantic subplot.
Okay.
And give the protagonist a hidden talent that's revealed in the final chapter.
Interesting.
Through this back and forth prompting, the outline becomes more intricate, more nuanced, more theirs.
It's like sculpting an idea using the LLM as your chisel.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sold on the power of these things.
Good.
But let's talk about the career potential.
Sure.
Is this just for like tech wizards, or can anyone jump on board?
The great thing about LLMs is that they're opening up opportunities in a wide range of fields.
Okay.
You could become a dedicated prompt engineer,
Mm-hmm.
crafting those highly effective prompts
Right.
for specific industries like healthcare, finance, or even marketing.
So like a prompt engineer for hire.
Exactly.
I bet those skills are in high demand.
Absolutely. Companies are realizing the competitive edge LLMs can provide,
Yeah,
and they need experts to help them leverage these tools effectively.
that makes sense.
But you don't necessarily have to make a complete career switch. You can also integrate LLM skills into your existing career.
Oh, interesting.
Think about marketing and copywriting, data analysis, customer support, even software development.
It's like having a superpower.
Right.
A marketer who can generate targeted ad copy in minutes,
Yeah,
or a data analyst who can summarize huge data sets in a flash.
exactly.
The possibilities seem endless.
They really are.
I was reading one of the articles you sent,
Yeah.
and it mentioned this HR professional who used their LLM skills to streamline the process of creating company policies.
Yes. That's a great example of someone who saw an opportunity to leverage LLMs
Mm-hmm.
in a practical, impactful way
Right.
by developing template-based prompts for different policy types.
Okay.
They were able to create AI-driven drafts,
Wow.
saving countless hours of manual work
Yeah.
and ultimately leading to a promotion.
Talk about turning a tedious task into a career-defining moment.
For sure.
It's inspiring to see how people are using these LLMs in such creative ways.
Definitely.
But let's get practical. The article also mentioned a 4-week roadmap for mastering LLMs.
It did.
Can you give us a quick overview of what that entails?
Absolutely. The first week, which we've kind of covered today,
Right.
is all about laying the foundation,
Okay.
understanding the basics, exploring capabilities, and grasping the potential impact on various professions.
Got it. So we built the foundation.
Mhm.
What comes next?
Week 2 dives into the nuts and bolts of prompt engineering.
All right.
We'll explore the core components of an effective prompt, like providing clear context,
Okay.
defining the desired output format,
Right.
and even specifying the LLM's role or persona.
Interesting.
It's like learning the grammar of effective communication with an AI.
So from building sentences to building a whole language.
Exactly.
I like it. And week 3, we crank things up a notch.
Okay.
And explore advanced prompting techniques.
Oh, cool.
Like chain of thought prompting, where you guide the LLM through a series of logical steps to solve complex problems.
Yeah. We also delve into how to seamlessly integrate LLMs into your existing workflows and tools.
Okay, this is getting really interesting.
Yeah.
So we're going from basic communication
Right.
to strategic collaboration with these LLMs.
Exactly.
What about week 4?
That's where we bring it all together
Okay.
by exploring real-world use cases across various industries.
Interesting.
We'll look at how LLMs are being used to revolutionize everything from healthcare and finance to education and entertainment.
Wow.
It's about seeing the practical applications of all the techniques you've learned
All right.
and understanding how LLMs are shaping the future of work and creativity.
Now that's what I call a deep dive.
It is.
I'm already starting to see how LLMs can be used to tackle some of the challenges in my own work.
That's great.
But before we wrap up,
Sure.
can we circle back to those core capabilities you mentioned earlier?
Absolutely.
I want to make sure our listener really grasps the full range of what these LLMs can do.
Of course. One of the most transformative capabilities is text generation.
Okay.
LLMs can draft everything from professional emails and marketing copy
Right.
to blog posts, articles, and even creative fiction.
So no more staring at a blank page trying to summon the writing muse. That alone is a game changer.
Exactly. LLMs can help overcome writer's block and get those creative juices flowing. And it's not just about generating new content from scratch.
Right.
They're also incredible at analyzing existing text.
Okay.
Think summarizing lengthy documents,
Really?
extracting key data points, or even identifying the main themes and arguments
Right.
in a complex piece of writing.
That's like having a research assistant who can power through a mountain of information and tell you exactly what you need to know.
Precisely.
Wow.
Imagine condensing a 100-page report into a concise one-page summary, highlighting the most crucial information. That's the power of LLM-driven text analysis.
Talk about a time saver. And what about those creative applications you mentioned earlier?
Yeah,
Can we really use these models to tap into our inner artist?
absolutely. Whether you're brainstorming a new business idea, writing a fictional story, or even sketching out a design concept,
Okay.
LLMs can help you explore new possibilities and push creative boundaries. It's like having a brainstorming partner who never runs out of ideas.
So it's not just about efficiency and productivity.
No.
It's about unlocking new levels of creativity. That's pretty exciting.
It is. And let's not forget the conversational aspect of these models. You can interact with them in a natural, intuitive way.
Okay.
Ask questions, seek clarifications,
Right.
even engage in a back-and-forth exchange of ideas. It's like having access to this vast knowledge base that you can tap into through conversation.
Like a personalized tutor who can guide you through any topic imaginable. Okay, I'm officially blown away by the potential of LLMs, I have to admit, though.
Yeah.
Also a bit daunting. Where does someone even begin?
The best way to get started is simply to dive in and experiment.
Yeah.
There are tons of free resources available online, like ChatGPT and Bard.
Oh, yeah.
Play around with different prompts, see what kind of output you get, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you experiment, the more you'll learn about what works and what doesn't.
That's great advice. It's all about getting hands-on and experiencing the power of LLMs firsthand. I can't wait to start brainstorming some prompts and see what creative sparks I can ignite.
That's the spirit.
All right.
Remember, this field is constantly evolving,
Right.
so continuous learning is key.
Yeah.
But don't let that intimidate you. The most important thing is to embrace the possibilities
Okay.
and have fun exploring the incredible world of LLMs.
Well said. This deep dive has given me a whole new perspective on the power of LLMs and their potential to revolutionize the way we work, create, and learn.
I agree. It's an exciting time to be diving into this field.
It really is. And on that inspiring note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. To our listener, we hope this journey into the world of LLMs has sparked your curiosity and left you feeling empowered to explore this exciting new frontier. Happy prompting!